right? अभी भी ना कुछ आवाज सी आ रही है, देखना ना, you have to keep muting there or any mobile which is disturbing. Good afternoon. This is G.V. Srinivas, ambassador speaking from our embassy in Muscat. Thank you for joining in this session, which is one in the series. A number of similar events have been organized in the past, all of them under the rubric of what we call as India-Oman Network. A network which is on all sorts of... One second. Hello. One sir, no? Sorry, once again. So this is under the rubric of India-Oman Network. Everybody can keep their microphones muted. That will help. Thank you. We have had, as per the entire webinar notice board, which everybody has access to, a number of sectoral coverage. Agriculture. Forget it. Please just keep it there. No telephone. You go on one by one. So we'll keep on calling those who had agreed to make their interventions. Today's subject is a larger India-Oman trade, comprehensive economic partnership agreement, no sectoral, anything to do with promotion of overall trade and investment. You have to begin now. Okay, so with that, let me... Thank you. Let me give the floor to my colleague Sonia, who will keep on calling. First, we will try to look up those who had agreed to speak from the Omani government side. Everybody can queue. This is muted. Gautam, please mute yourself. We'll call you when the time comes. So first, we will invite everyone from the Omani side. Then the Indian aggregator side, means government, chamber, export promotion council. Then we come back to Omani business, then Indian business. That is the order that has been done, given that we are looking at Oman, given the Embassy of India in Muscat is organizing this thing. We are keen to first hear the Omani side before we match it up from the Indian side. With that, please do take the name and the entity. Name first.
Yes. Mr. Saeed Al Riyami, economic expert from Ministry of Commerce, Oman.
Saeed Al Riyami.
Yeah, from the Ministry of Commerce.
Please do go ahead, Riyami. Go ahead. Welcome.
Yeah, I will start first by saying that CEPA is the most comprehensive bilateral trade agreement that Oman has entered into since the Oman-US FTA in 2009. And Oman has already ratified CEPA by Royal Decree number 30/2026. I have to say that Oman is among the few countries that has FTAs with both US and India, the largest economy and the fifth largest economy in the world. Now, I will walk you through how we went through the negotiations. After getting the approval of His Majesty the Sultan and completing other legal formalities, we immediately constituted a negotiating team. This was under the leadership of the advisor for foreign trade and international cooperation in the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, His Excellency Pankaj. We formed our negotiating team comprised of 24 members, and it included 15 entities. These were from OQ, Central Bank of Oman, Oman Investment Authority, Royal Oman Police, Small and Medium Enterprises Authority, Ministry of Commerce, Industry, Ministry of Heritage and Culture, Ministry of Heritage and Tourism, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources, Ministry of Energy and Minerals, Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs, and Ministry of Finance. Having done that, Basically, we had 5 rounds of negotiations, totaling 306 days. And in order to reach agreement satisfactory to both parties, we started from November 26, 2023 to January 15, 2025. We have to note that negotiations were paused for 4 months due to the general elections in the Republic of India. Additionally, we had several virtual meetings between rounds for each track. The meetings, one meeting took place in Oman, Invest in Oman, in Muscat, and 4 other meetings were all conducted in New Delhi, in the premises of the Minister of Commerce. Now, I'll provide you the salient features of the agreement. Among the important chapters were trade remedies.
Mr. Yami.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, just to give an idea to everyone, the purpose of today's session is to see the specific areas that will be of interest. I'm happy that you gave a history of the entire negotiation, leading us to this conclusion of the agreement in December 2025 and the ratification already over. The two
Yeah.
sides are trying to put it into force by 1st of June. All that is known. And also the entire text of the CEPA is also already known to the people around. And
Yeah.
if those who are not aware, I would invite them to come to the Embassy of India Muscat portal to get a broader understanding. In any case, as an entrepreneur, as an industrialist, you will have to go to the fine print as pertaining to your respective sectors. So this platform is essentially not towards educating people about, I think, more than 200 pages worth of comprehensive economic partnership document that we signed. So let me
I'll skip that
help you
one.
out on that count. So what I
Thank you.
suggest is that you please take a minute to conclude your point and to give the others an idea. The aggregators, as I said, which is chambers, government like Mr. Yami, they can all
Yeah.
take maximum 5 minutes. And thereafter, the individual companies will come to speak. They will take 1 minute. And therefore, use
Okay.
that time of 1 minute very, very appropriately, emphasizing on exact collaboration that you have in mind with each other. Let me also say that any presentation, PowerPoint, or even the lucid notes which we have received from the participants are going to be added to the conference documentation available
Okay.
again to all of you through the very notice board that you are already in possession of. With that,
All
Mr.
right.
Yami,
All right.
let me give 1 minute to conclude. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I will skip the negotiating process. As you said, it's all now in the past. It's history. I will talk about the top trade commodities. Basically, India's exports to Oman are minerals, fuel, and oils, organic chemicals, nuclear reactors and machinery, iron and steel, electric equipment, vehicles and auto parts, and cereals, rice. And what India imports from Oman is mineral fuels and oil, fertilizers, inorganic chemicals, aluminum and articles, plastics and articles, iron and steel, organic chemicals. Yeah. Regarding market access, we offered India 98.08% of tariff lines at zero duty. And India offered to Oman was 77.79, or tariff lines liberalized. Another thing we offered, to India, we didn't offer to any other country is ICT quota raise. We raised the quota from 20% to 50%. And how CEPA aligns itself with Oman Vision 2040. It's going to assist in our economic diversification. It will create job and Omanization. It will help in private sector growth and also in innovation and digital. I think that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rayami.
Mr. Mustafa Salman, Head of the Finance Committee of Oman Chamber of Commerce.
Another 5 minutes to you, Mustafa. Go ahead.
Thank you, Excellency. I would like to thank His Excellency and the Indian Embassy for arranging this series. It is a very high practical way to translate the CEPA into the business outcome, and it's come at the right time as well. As we know, CEPA is a very transformative agreement in the sense of it's not focusing only on tariff reduction, but includes services facilitation. Looking from Oman side, the CEPA comes.
Cannot hear. It's gone mute.
Sorry. So it's, you closed it from your side.
Now I can hear. Now I can hear.
Yeah. Someone closed it from your side. Okay,
Ah,
sorry.
sorry.
Looking from Oman side, the CEPA comes at a time when we are accelerating diversification under Vision Oman 2040. Of course, this is known to everyone, and as we know, CEPA is also focusing on logistic, manufacturing, energy, in so many ways. However, the true value of CEPA lie in how business act in things that CEPA brings. In a lot of businesses, opportunity for businesses from both sides. For example, you can use Oman as a manufacturing and re-export hubs. Use our free zones to start production until which source input from India and re-export to GCC and the Africa market. Take advantage of the strategic geographic location of Oman. Of course, like other opportunities in pharmaceutical, healthcare practice, India has a strong pharmaceutical base. We would like to use this strength for joint ventures in Oman. We've seen some joint venture already there, but of course, we can do more joint ventures, especially in these area where Oman is focusing now a lot on that, and the region also looking to these things clearly, especially after what happened in last 2-3 months. There are opportunities in logistics, supply chain, integration. The region is expanding markets to logistics sector. There's lot of opportunity could be there. Then we have potential renewable energy also, collaboration. We are positioning ourselves to become the serial player in green hydrogen. India can play a lot on that area. And the renewable, the geographical advantage and the ecosystem we are building for this, offering strong business cases and opportunities. We want India expertise in solar manufacturing, EPC services, and technology deployment. I think other business also is, which is very important, and this is my own subject, line digital payments, AI, and fintech. And as everyone know, Oman are now easing to business in fintech. We've seen first rules in Oman coming for buy now, pay later. There is sandbox in with central banks which allow each fintech idea and fintech project to be come to the alive. So that lot of change in this sector going to happen, and Oman are really hungry to find a new product in the fintech market. India is much advanced there because of also the population number helps a lot, but we can always transfer the technology, the people of India to Oman to get that this. Importantly, CEPA also create opportunity in SMEs. Smaller business should not view this as an agreement only for large corporation, but also people looking for these SMEs. So my message to everyone here is that the moment for both of us to engage more strategically. We should explore joint ventures, identify supplier chain practices, establish a presence in both countries, and most importantly, use the CEPA as a framework to de-risk and scale your investment. As I am a member of OCCI, Oman Chamber of Commerce, we are ready to support this effort. We are ready to facilitate connections, share insight, and also enable business making. Signing of CEPA is not the end, but it is the beginning. And this is why success of these are there. And I am and all the team and board member of Oman Chamber of Commerce, we are ready to get this agreement in real number one agreement to be in the world best practice in these agreements. And I'm sure the ambassador of the India, the way he is supporting this agreement and having good role from his side, we will reach to some very, very strong collaboration. Thank you, Excellency.
No, thank you, Mustafa. I really appreciate for taking time and sharing your thoughts on how CEPA can become the new vehicle for furthering India-Oman trade and economic collaboration. Thank you very much. We
Thank you.
continue with again this ministries and the chambers kind of presentations, maximum 5 minutes each. Please do help by keeping to that time limit. Next, Sonia.
Mr. Saeed Al Abri, Chairman, Sohar Branch, OCCI.
Sohar branch of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Madam Petal Dhillon, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, India.
Okay, with the Oman Chamber of Commerce, Sohar not being there, we are inviting now Petal Dhillon, the Deputy Negotiator, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Commerce, who negotiated this comprehensive economic partnership agreement. Petal, are you there? Petal Dhillon, or anybody representing her? In place of Petal, who else is there?
Sir, everybody is in the meeting.
Okay, so the entire Ministry of Commerce in India is busy. They are not able to join today. So we will sometimes look them up later. Next.
Mr. Gautam Ghosh, Senior Director, Picky.
Gautam from Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Gautam Ghosh, are you there?
Yes, yes. Good afternoon, Excellency. How are you?
Good afternoon. 5 minutes of prime time, Gautam. Go ahead.
Yes. Just to keep the dialogue very, very short and to the point. What is important in this CEPA, which strikes us, are the inclusion of services. Services is very important. The regulatory mechanism which has been put in place in this CEPA, and the dispute settlement. I think the regulatory mechanism and dispute settlement are the two important features in the CEPA which will definitely make it successful. Of course, without really getting into the text of this, because we have already done that and everybody knows out here. What are important, the sectors that we would certainly like to look into, and we are already in dialogue with Oman Chamber of Commerce, to take this initiative further. Now, when we talk about service, we are talking about service suppliers. So what comes to our forefront is education, healthcare, ITES, including machine learning, AI, and innovation. So this part encompasses all the sectors today, whether it is not just restricted only to innovation. AI, machine learning, innovation, all these things, encompass all the sectors, be it healthcare, be it education, be it R&D, be it audiovisual services, be it traditional medicines. Everywhere we are finding, the use of AI and machine learning. So this will be one of our most important focus areas to collaborate as far as private sector is concerned with the Oman Chamber to look into how we can enter into business collaborations. Medical devices is another very important area which we feel should be, of importance. Pharmaceuticals is one of the major sectors which we must be looking into. And as Excellency just mentioned, in one of the major things that is coming up is the automobile and automobile ancillaries. And India can certainly help Oman in developing, hybrid automobile technology, which we are producing now in India in large numbers, even electrical vehicles. And
Gautam,
now,
Gautam,
yes,
it would be helpful given as an expert body, a chamber, Apex Chamber of Commerce from India, that instead of only focusing on the sectors that get emphasis under CEPA, you also give some kind of flavor to those participating here, if you can, of how the duty structure or any other support under CEPA has made them prominent. How has the terrain of India Oman trade and economic cooperation been given a boost or going to be given a boost by CEPA? If you can speak of any specific percentage that you know of, that will be helpful. If not, fair enough, continue with that. But generally speaking, all these sectors have been known to each other as holding promise. But there was a reason why they did not gain traction. Automobile has been one of the sectors. So what is it that has changed with CEPA? Would be of natural interest. If not now, I'll also require and I will suggest that Vicky can perhaps send this paper later separately after your analysis internally. That new seat paper will be populating on our notice board. So with that, let me give it back to you, but you can continue with your rhythm of whatever you were mentioning. Go ahead.
yes, just one more sector. I will certainly reflect on what you said, Ambassador. But one of the important sectors that was just mentioned was fintech, on which work had earlier started even before SEPA. Now, coming into what specifically would boost these sectors, which we find is in the duty structure that has been reflected in all the items that has been included in the agreement. Now, whatever sectors I mentioned, the items or the commodities that have been included in the SEPA more or less, you know, includes uh, these sectors, the components which will be utilized or will be important to further get into any kind of business negotiations or what you may say collaborations. For example, let me give you for example medical devices. Now, medical devices, because of its components inclusion in the SEPA with the reduced duty structure, this will certainly give incentives to two things. Of course, access to market is one common thing that will happen, but will also help in bringing in Indian manufacturers or innovators in this particular sector into Oman, and also set up bringing machines, bringing professionals, because support professionals and consultants is one of the area which has already been included in this SEPA agreement. So likewise, this is a very short analysis that I'm giving, but as Ambassador has mentioned, we'll certainly work on a detailed note and try to give it to you that whichever sectors we have mentioned just now, which we feel are important as far as this SEPA is concerned, and we will give you a kind of a roadmap that how keeping SEPA in the background, that this will help in moving trade and investment bilaterally between the two countries. I only took example of medical devices because traditionally we from our chamber have been participating in the largest medical devices fair in Muscat over the years. So we are aware at least of this, at least I am personally aware of this sector very well, and how this sector has been accepted and how the Indian components technicians and doctors have been accepted in this particular sector. So I'll keep the presentation. I mean my address very short. But if Ambassador, if you would allow us, then we will, as you say, we'll certainly work out a white paper on this and present to the embassy as soon as possible, covering the sectors, major sectors that have been mentioned in SEPA. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much. Sonia, next.
Ms. Gitanjali Natraj, Principal, International Trade Policy, CII.
Again, Gitanjali, please see if you can limit to 5 minutes max. Thank you. Okay, next.
Ms. Suvit Shah, Additional Director General, PO.
Federation of Indian Exporters Organization. Any representative?
Sir, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Excellency.
Yeah.
Sir, specifically you asked about the benefit under CEPA, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. I changed my presentation and I directly come over the duty structures and what the benefits CEPA offers to all businessmen from Oman and also from India. Sir, that is beauty of Oman government, and we are so much thankful to Omanis. Indian products, around 98% products will attract only zero duty tariff in Oman. We have historical relationship with Oman in terms of all type of materials, from textile to leather to jams, engineering goods, pharma products, agricultural products, plastic and furniture. These type all products will get after the SEPA. It is 0% duty. Means this is the biggest ground for Indian businessmen to expand their business in Oman. So, Miss, our strength is textile, also leather, James, engineering. You know very well, pharma is our bigger sector, and agriculture and all plastic items right now will attract only zero duty to Oman. It will around on 99% of exports. You can say, sir, around 100% type of export will attract only 0% duty. As far as the total our exports and imports are concerned, we are trading around 12 to 13 billion dollar with Omanis people. Our import from Oman is a huge one because we are importing petroleum products as well fertilizer from Oman. So our import basket is larger enough, and but our export market is around 4 and 5 billion dollar only. 4-5 billion dollar. You know very well because we are importing huge from Oman. But that is very good market for our textile, leather garments, and gems jewelry, especially engineering goods. Right now, we are competing with China, especially in engineering goods sector. Why it is engineering goods sector is beneficiary to us also, because in cheap type of machinery is a daily use machinery. Right now, we are doing good in that area also. Similarly, in plastic, in furniture, especially in sports goods also, we are doing very well right now, and we will have good response from our exporters in coming future after SEPA comes into place. As far as the pharma industry is concerned, sir, in generic pharma, we are the leading in the world. There is no competition either from China or any other country. Yes, raw material we are procuring from China, but people, Omanis citizens, are hugely dependent on medical tourism on India because it is nearby also. Our culture are the same. They feel homely in India. So in coming time, you will see a large number of medical tourism also, and our growth in exporting pharma products also. Sir, our strength is cultural also. More than 9 million people are residing GCC's country. So there is no linkage is needed in the sense everything established by Indians in Omanis and as well as Omanis in India also. So there is no need of reference. There is no need of any other things. The need is that how we boost trade with Oman in terms of export is concerned. Sir, another big point is that there are in agri product, there is a requirement of certifications from Omanis. There are the requirement of quality control from India also. So right now, government is looking after one beautiful scheme that is called Export Promotion Mission. That is 26,000 crore. You know very well. Was budget outlay passed by government of India and the budget also. So all type of certificates to our exporters will be exempted in the sense that their fees, their payment towards this certification will be exempted under Export Promotion Mission. And we are also under Export Promotion Mission. Our organization and several other organizations are planning to visit Oman. So having some more trade related conferences, so some more B2B type of things can be organized by FIO or any other organization in coming time. Sir, as far as our the person from FICCI rightfully understand the significance of our service export to Oman. IT and AI is the biggest thing for us, especially other than this, the medical tourism and religious tourism, a big thing for us. In the sense, many of Indian diaspora are working in Oman. So we are looking for a religious tourism from Oman to India as well as the medical tourism from Oman to India. That is biggest. We organize a range of events as far as the Omanis investment, Indian investment in Omanis are concerned, because several people, several exporter businessmen looking at the things how they can invest in Oman. So Oman can be a trading hub for them, so they can have easy access to all GCC's country surrounding. So we have good exposure in Dubai, but we are lacking this type of exposure in Muscat. So in coming time, you will see better interaction and better things with Oman in terms of investment and trade both. Sir, this is a brief presentation from my side. Let it submitted. Our Indian products right now attract 5% duty. After a CEPA comes into place, it will be zero duty for almost all type of products. So this is the biggest ground for Indian exporters as well. Omanis government offers very big discounts and lucrative schemes under the investment of special economic zones and some port related area. So we will see more investment from India to Oman as far as the construction of warehouses, construction of assembly unit over there. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, I would like to come in. I'm Gitanjali from CII, sir.
Gitanjali, please do come. But before that, Suvisha, thank you very much. And essentially, he has made a very good pitch to say that make in Oman for India and benefit from 0% tariff. That could be one model given the Oman next door, practically energy, minerals, mines. There are many things which are available in Oman. When 0% duty for imports into India adds further attraction. So many companies can actually look into it. They're already doing it, but this is also for the others who may yet be deciding in that direction. Gitanjali, 5 minutes
Yeah.
maximum. Go ahead.
So I'll take only 2 minutes, sir, because unfortunately I have another meeting in the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India. So thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. As Mr. Shah has already enumerated, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for both the countries to deepen their economic relations. And I would like to particularly take off from where Mr. Shah has left, talking about the growing investment opportunities for India in Oman. I think Indian companies have established over 66,000 joint ventures in Oman with cumulative investments about $7.5 billion, primarily concentrated in the Sohar and Salha free zones. And we hope to capitalize on that further and ensure that more and more Indian companies kind of invest in Oman. And this is the first time under any FTA Oman has undertaken commitments covering a defined set of professionals, including those in accounting, engineering, medical, IT, education, construction, consulting services, which marks a significant step towards services liberalization with India. I think this is a fantastic step. We welcome this move by Oman, because services sector is one of the fastest growing sectors in the Indian economy, and we would be very happy to export services to Oman. And therefore, this is a very important part of the agreement. Also, when it comes to labor intensive products, especially labor intensive products such as textiles, leather, footwear, gems and jewelry, engineering goods, plastics, furniture, agricultural products, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and automobile, in all of these get very good market access to Oman, and India is extremely happy with that. Presently, the share of India in all of these labor-intensive products is about 5% or so, but we hope to increase that share to more in the coming months once the CEPA is properly implemented. And therefore, the agreement is poised to reduce a lot of trade barriers and create a stable, transparent, and favorable trade environment for Indian exporters. So basically, we are looking at opportunities not just in the manufacturing sector, but also services and investment related opportunities. And we welcome this FTA with Oman because it is the strategic location at the gateway to the Gulf, and its emergence as a key logistics and energy hub. The CEPA is set to further deepen India's engagement with Oman. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Gitanjali.
Mr. Sanat Kumar, Chief Economist, PhD CCI Chamber, India.
Sanat Kumar.
देखना है तो
PhD
देख सकता है।
CCI. No. Next.
Mr. Navroj Tarapure, Co-Chairman of the Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Yes.
No, later. No, Gujarat Chamber.
Yes. Your Excellency, dear friends, good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon.
We at Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry wholeheartedly welcome the Indian-Oman Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. India and Oman have always enjoyed excellent trade as well as cultural relations, and the CEPA is further cemented of our relations. Friends, India-Oman CEPA is a major step forward in bilateral economic ties and will help us set up duty-free preferential trade in many goods and services. We welcome the fact that the agreement ensures lower tariff, ease customs procedure, and expand market access for goods, services, investments, and professional mobility. For India, this is the second CEPA with GCC countries after the UAE, and it signifies the importance of the relations between India and Oman. We are confident that the deal will strengthen supply chains, support exports, and deepen long-term economic engagements between two countries. We at GCCI shall be promoting India-Oman CEPA among our members, representing sectors like textile and garments, footwear and leather, sports goods, furniture, engineering goods, pharmaceutical, petrochemicals, metals, medical services, and other areas of services. For us, CEPA's biggest value is lower landed costs, stronger pricing power, and easier market entry in Oman, with clearest near-term gains for MSMEs in textile, footwear, gems, engineering, and pharmaceuticals. We have encouraged our members to actively participate in various virtual sessions about Indian-Oman CEPA between 5th May and 14th May, helping members to understand CEPA as well as its impact on the sectors like fine tech, textiles, apparels, pharmaceuticals and chemicals, healthcare and medical devices, manufacturing industries, SMEs and renewable energies, as well as sustainable solutions. We shall also be privileged to welcome Oman representatives to come and visit GCCI and jointly explore B2B opportunities in the light of India-Oman CEPA. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I think Sanat Kumar was there. You want to take the floor now, Sanat? Thank you, Navroz.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sharing my presentation. Just a moment.
Again, keep the 5 minutes, Sanat.
Yeah, I will finish in 3 minutes.
Good. And make it full screen.
Okay. Yeah. Just tell me if you can see the full screen.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity. Now we look at start with the profile of trade with Oman. So as you can see, the trade is in favor of Oman because of the fact that we are a oil and gas product deficient country, and imports forms a large part of it. But engineering goods and food exports are growing. So this kind of diversification will help with this CEPA coming into force, and we shall now deep dive into what competitive advantages we have vis-a-vis the sectors that Oman has, because that is the way it is going to flow eventually. So we looked at various sectors and looked at bottom up, and we found out that sectors like labor intensive manufacturing, which include textile, leather, and so on and so forth, the economic basis for India is because we are a low-cost skilled labor, large MSME base with a high relative competitive advantage because of labor intensive. Coming to the engineering and industrial goods, a similar economies of scale with diversified industrial base, which Oman lacks, in terms of domestic capacity. The impact, as you can see, the tariff elimination improves the price competitiveness, the reduced import cost from Oman, which results in higher demand for Indian goods, and it has the strategic interpretation, ramification in terms of India fills Oman's industry supply gap. Now, there are other sectors like agriculture, services, pharmaceuticals, which I think most of us have been talking about. And when it comes to services, the market access to 100 plus services and subsectors will help India because we have this competitive advantage. As I said, trade is a two-way street. So if you look at Oman's competitive advantage and what we can gain from them is basically from the hydrocarbons, the petrochemicals, and the minerals, where they have the abundant resources with capital abundancy in terms of international companies as well as World Banks and IMFs providing money for their development. Because of this will have improved import competitiveness towards India. It will increase trade flows with tariff reductions. Now, the emerging agent services like tourism and transport, because of the geographic advantage, the policy diversification efforts by the Oman, has a long-term, potential for diversification for Oman. Now, this is very specific, so I'm not going to talk about all these. I've already submitted this. I'll take the key points here. So the key point is high RCA sectors, relative competitive sectors. For case of India's labor-intensive agro and processing industries. The medium RCA sectors are engineering and automobiles, which indicates diverse export competitiveness. Similarly, for Oman, I'm not going to read all of them. I've already submitted them. The key insight is very high RCA concentrated in energy and petrochemicals with limited diversification across manufacturing. And this reflects resource-dependent export structure, where we can come in a partnership with Oman to create an sort of a supply chain, global supply chain, with Oman being the hub to promote the industries both in Oman as well as in India. With those words, I keep this very short and simple. Let the trade begin. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. But can you tell me what is RCA?
This is relative competitive advantage. So any country is going to trade with you if you have that relative competitive index or advantage.
Thank you. Really appreciate very insightful presentation. We will circulate it through the conference documentation. So nice of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have Sri Lata Ghosh. from EEPC, Engineering Export Promotion Council. Engineering Export Promotion Council, Sri Lata Ghosh. No. Tahir Noor Sayyed, Managing Partner, Yunis Al Amri.
Good afternoon,
This
sir.
is now we are beginning now company level presentation from the Oman side first. So Tahir Noor Sayyed, go ahead. Tahir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sanat, you stop your presentation because your presentation is still visible. Thank you very much. Tahir, back to you. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, everyone is speaking about CEPA. We have shared one presentation, and this is about a DEX, bilateral DEX itself, to enable the Indian businesses to enter Oman. We are a law firm having more than 20 lawyers, advise more than 500 Indian companies, and we are dealing mostly with the Indian investor and the Indian businesses. This CEPA agreement is more than 1,200 pages. So for any of the new company, any of the company who hasn't entered Oman, we can assess them through this DEX. So like this great platform ION that is been managed by you, created by you, the BCFD can be also created, and this thing will act as one-stop service provider. It will help in the incorporation process. It will have his network provider in Oman itself. It will help Indian companies to understand the CEPA rules, like the Annex 2B rules of origin. It will verify the document, tag the document for banking and other thing. It will see the origin declaration. It will code that SS code map against 10,000 plus safer tariff lines that is there. So it will make all the things easy. It will help the Indian businesses to incorporate JV in Oman, like incorporation of companies, the equity, all the arrangements. It will arrange a single window approval system with Madian, with Kazan. So all this thing, it can be done in 14 days. We have experience doing this, all the incorporation process, all the approval process, it takes 6 months to 7 months. We have done it in 15 to 20 days. So since businesses, governments, they are speaking about CEPA, so we need to come in a very short way, in a one page, how businesses can enter Oman. So this is the thing actually we have prepared, we have shared with, and this is the idea actually we are bringing into it. And we'd like to speak with the concerned officer with you in the Indian embassy. We also propose to have a web portal where each and every mapping, each and every checklist, each and every provider, each and every free zone are listed, so that the Indian businesses, if they want to enter Oman, it will just take 1 hour for them to understand, rather than to have their legal team or their finance professional to go through that 1,200 pages. So this is only the concept, and we'd like to speak in broad details, and I think we can make it successful. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Miss Srilata Ghosh, Deputy Director EEPC.
I'm going to share a presentation. Is my presentation visible?
Yeah, visible. Full screen, please.
Yeah.
Make it full screen.
Yeah. So first, we are going to just have a short look on the Indian engineering exports, which is a major engineering export, which forms a greater category share in the merchandise export, which covers roughly, it has increased from 20 to 28% in compared to merchandise exports from 61.6 billion in 13-14 to 122 billion in 25-26. Moving mainly focusing on the India-Oman CEPA, which has a significant market in engineering exports, approximately closing to US dollar 886 million in 25-26, which is dominated by machinery, electrical equipment sector, automobiles, iron and steel, and non-ferrous. And there has been a result of full tariff elimination, which was already discussed before, and a better market access. Engineering exports to Oman, which is projected to double by 2030, and the major gains which are expected mainly infrastructure-linked products, which is the iron and steel, industrial and electrical machinery, vehicles, and copper products. Some of the top producing engineering export destination in which Oman ranks 36 as per the latest data of 25-26. Apart from USA and other EU countries, Germany, Italy, we can see the emergence of Oman's inclusion, which has positioned itself as an opportunity to expand India's presence in the Gulf region, which is leveraging a gateway to Africa and wider GCC countries.
Srilata,
Moving.
your voice is very echoey. I think you have to use the microphone a bit better. Otherwise, we are getting a very kind of not a very good voice.
Now is it audible?
One letter I can't confirm to you, but overall it was very muffled kind of voice coming up. See if you can remove that and use the laptop's direct microphone. Your laptop has a direct microphone, right? Let's see.
So now is it fine? The voice is fine?
No, still echoey. Continue. Let's see.
Yeah. So now moving to the main
I think
products.
set your system right, Srilata. Sorry, you have a very powerful presentation.
Products which are exported to Oman.
Srilata.
Mainly the products of iron and steel, and motor vehicles, cars, engines, machinery for dairy, and these are the copper machinery, copper products, injection molding machinery. These are the top products which are
I'm
exported to
Bluetooth
Oman.
connected already. अपने system के साथ.
Srilata, can you hear
next,
us?
Moving.
You can't hear us.
सिस्टम से नहीं हटाना सर उसमें.
हटा दो इसको, काट दो. इसको अब मैसेज करना पड़ेगा तो पूरे गड़बड़ है तो. Let me take the toll. Even as Srilata speaks, she is not able to hear me. Others who are hearing her out, are you able to make sense of what she says, or should I somehow? Can you raise your hand if you are happy with her voice?
Right, you're
Yes.
right, Your Excellency. The audio is muffled and not very clear. And now there's no audio.
Okay, काट दो. छोड़ दो, अगले कर दो. Next call. बोले जा रही हो.
Your Excellency, she has muted her mic, if you can see. Self-muted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Srilata has muted herself.
Srilata, I think there was a communication trouble from your side. We'll have to look you up again later some other day. Right now, let me continue and with some other presentation.
Mr. Latif Shadat from Oman.
Latif, again, make sure that it is 1 to 2 minutes max. Go ahead. Latif.
Well, I want to thank you, Excellency, for giving me opportunity to share my thoughts. I wanted to put in presentation, but I don't think I will be able to just to do justice with that presentation. However, I will try. I will just try to share the screen. Let me just a second. Is my presentation visible now?
Not yet.
Is it now visible?
No. Srilata, you had to discontinue your presentation. Can't we discontinue Srilata's presentation?
Oh, is it okay?
अब आ गया क्या?
Is it visible now?
Yeah, now it is visible. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Make
I'm not an expert on CEPA, as you might know, but what I wanted to just share or help or support is that connecting certain opportunities that can be linked to CEPA and how we can enhance this great partnership together or this opportunity together, leveraging with the latest opportunities that is emerging or future emerging in the market. So I will take you through. It will be fast as the time limit is very less, but however, it not be so much justice I can do, but whatever, I will try my best. As you know, there are a lot of ports that is being expanded right now. Shinas port is being expanded because of the railway Hafid Railway that is going to come towards that region. So they are trying to. They are trying to.
2022 model.
Please mute this.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we do hear you, but the gentlemen who have kept the microphone unmuted, let's try to mute them. Suresh Sampanna, yeah, we muted him. Now you can continue. Go ahead, Latif.
Yeah. In similar way, there is Suhar Port expansion. As you know, there's Marsa project coming, which is going to be developed for the shipbuilding with LNG. Then there is a huge development going to come in Dukum for the ship repair or dry dock expansion is happening there. So this is currently happening at the moment. And as you can see, there is also a big logistic company Oman has acquired recently in Europe, and that is going to also start their operations in Oman. So there's a huge potential that CEPA can envisage and get in touch with the stakeholders there. A lot of people I am in touch that we can help people to get connected, the stakeholders. Then, as you know, the Oman has ratified a degree recently by His Majesty, and the economic AI, artificial intelligence zones have been created. And the first of that will be created in Vilayat of Seeb. It's around 14, it's a big chunk of land that has been allotted to it, and it has been looked by OPAS and Ministry of Transport together. And another one is being located in Ibri. And here they will mostly concentrate on the future, smart devices, future technologies, the cloud infrastructure, data domes, and other startup projects and if AI related activities that is going to be mostly be concentrated with the Oman Startup Association or the Oman startups who are trying to do something in that. And many have come up very well in this. That is why the government went into this mode to have an AI zone on it, come up everyone together. So this is where we can look into it. And you can see in my slide, there's a picture where a startup has made its position on the global map of attractive destinations for artificial intelligence. So they are already coming up on it. And I think this direction of giving an AI zone and then putting an investment on it, this can be a huge opportunity for our country and the people who are already into it. And they can also leverage from this zone, get registered. A lot of young Omani startups and gentlemen are getting into it. They can team up with them. They can share their ideas, and we can even make a seminar on this aspect. So this is something very hot emerging that we can tap. Then, as you know, the smart cities that are coming up, you have Athuria city, you have Muscat Airport city redevelopment that is also being called now Greater Muscat. Then you have Al Bustan redevelopment, Sultan Haitham city. I'm sure you all know, and I don't want to get into that. There is huge development coming in that as well. The Al Kuwait development as well, and they are also trying to restart the old Great Blue Sea, what they call it, Great Blue Sea. It was Blue Sea rather earlier, Madinat al-Zarqa. They are also activating that project as well. So there are many smart cities coming up, and it is also in every vilayat they are going to put one of them where we can get leverage from them. Cable car project, I am myself involved in the Matra Telefreak project, and this is going to be the start. As soon as after June, we commission this project. There are a lot of projects on the pipeline, and they are concentrating on the great landscape of Muscat for mountain tourism and adventure tourism in this aspect. And there is also a huge development going on. Beach development parks are coming up in many vilayats, aqua parks, beachside parks, that we can also get involved with them. Of course, you must be knowing about the Muscat Metro and the Muscat Rail. I was involved in this project, and it is going in many terms. By the way, it is now they are turning to some European companies to do or the concept study for the magnetic levitation, maglev trains, instead of having a conventional metro. So it's a very hot project of Muscat Metro, organized and being carried out by the Ministry of Transport. They are doing a very, I should say, a very high-tech studies, which which I didn't see in my life. They are connecting many technologies together, AI together, and trying to get something best out of it. And they are right now talking to people in Europe for this new concept. I know the people out. I'm also engaged. If anybody from India, I mean, even Delhi Metro, if they can give them some expertise, something out of it, and it can be great. They were recently in France having a discussion with the metro, stakeholders there. I know right now they are engaged in Switzerland because I am the board member of Oman Switzerland Association. They are talking to them for the magnetic levitation in the new as a new concept in metro projects. So I'm sure if we can get some kind of engagement, it will lead to some development. Maritime, there is, as I said, in Sohar is a big project coming up, and so with the Sohar port expansion, the shipbuilding with LNG, LNGs are getting developed there. It's more than a half a billion investment there, and it is ongoing at the moment. So we can take a very good strategic linkaging to India as well as to GCC if we take a part in that, and the developing projects inside that big concept that they have made. Climate control, as you know, they have recently made the national adaptation plan to build resilience against all the disasters. It is being monitored and being supervised by Environmental Authority of Oman. And as per the Vision 2040, they need to safeguard themselves with all the climatic disasters that keep on happening here. And Environmental Authority is a key stakeholder in this. If any one of us under CEPA, they want to support this an initiative, this can be a great key opportunity, because this is something that they are stressing on. Then the renewable energy, and I'm sure you are all connected with that. And I saw that there was a green hydrogen summit in India in January this year, where Oman also participated. So we can, I'm sure we are already, a lot of companies in India are in touch with them. I was one of the persons who was involved in organizing the first hydrogen summit in Oman. And after that, many companies emerged. Anyone who wants to have any kind of connection and wants to get engagement, we can help in that matter. And under, I don't know how much is the tariffs, or how much is the advantage we have under CEPA that can be evaluated. Smart healthcare, and as you know now, Oman recently Minister of Health was addressing the private hospital owners and all other stakeholders, and he was stressing on the smart digital healthcare. And of course, there was an medical insurance opportunities as well that he was emphasizing. I was myself involved in this year to conduct a Oman Swiss Health Summit in October, which unfortunately we have shelved it for the next year due to the ongoing geopolitical problems. So it is a center of attraction in Oman, and many companies are engaging themselves with the digital healthcare, smart AI treatment, and trying to position themselves in this sector in Oman. As you know, Oman has recently commissioned many hospitals, and one of the biggest hospital is going to come in Sultan Haitham city, which will be the GCC's biggest hospital. Education and skills under the vision of educational development is being pushed a lot. One of the
Hello.
biggest universities is going to also come in Hood Sultan Haitham city. Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you, but I was thinking that you could close because already we passed 1 minute. So if you don't mind, we got a drift of what
Okay,
you
I'm
had in
just
mind.
closing. It is two slides again, and fisheries. There is food security. Food city is coming in Salala, and then under Maidan there are a lot of EV projects coming in Salala as well in other under the Maidan and Opaz. So I say thank you.
Much your presentation must be with us. We will be populating it because you did allude to a number of areas which are upcoming in Oman. Very powerful presentation. Thank you very much. This is precisely what we wanted from these India-Oman Network related presentations, that we get to know the specific opportunities that are there. So we have heard you out. Thank you, Sajad, for that. And hopefully everybody else also has. Those who could not
Latif.
comprehend or digest will be able to devour all that material which must have come from Latif. Sonia, do we have a presentation with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we'll be adding to that. But while it did, let me add for the benefit of our Omani colleagues that in both the areas, I mean, at least two prominent areas that Latif mentioned. One was data center, AI and related, and the other was shipbuilding. In both, India also has flagship announcements, projects, support structure, including through budget or otherwise. In the area of data center, for example, India has introduced 0% duty till 2047. 100 years of India's independence. A very long duty-free structure has been offered to invite investment in this data center and AI-related infrastructure within the country. In respect of shipbuilding, there is $8 billion worth of support structure that the country has created. And again, an ambition to be one among the top ship builders in the world by 2047. So both ambitions are also there. We will find certainly for each other some carve out where we can work together, and we will be moving forward on that. Thank you with that, and I'll again invite everyone to stick to 1 minute of sharp presentation, and anything detailed than that, please do send to us. We will be adding to the conference documentation. Sonia.
Mr. Davis Kalukaran, Managing Partner, Cromax.
There is
Mr. Alkesh Joshi, Text Leader, ENY Oman.
Alkesh.
Hello, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Alkesh,
Thank you
go
very
ahead.
much. I'm not sure if you're able to hear me loud and clear. Yeah. Okay. So there's just a one slide, presentation which I wanted to share to the participants, particularly to do with, the tax aspects of comprehensive partnership agreement. And if what you see on your screen is a quick summary of, the various tax dimensions that are attached to this. Of this, the most important one, of course, is the withholding tax rates, which have been very clearly set out now. So the Omani investors in India can actually benefit out of lower withholding tax rates. And then, you've got the tax information exchange protocols in place, which allows for, mutual sharing of information between the two governments. Customs and indirect tax cooperation has been very well kind of set out in the CEPA, which will allow for the mutual benefit to arise to both the sides when they are transacting with each other. And anti-abuse principal purpose test has been introduced. It was there earlier. It has now been kind of strengthened further to avoid for businesses trying to take advantage, a tax advantage out of this initiative. And a very quick note on the other significant areas is the services and professional mobility. So tax, accounting, architecture, medical professionals will now benefit directly under the CEPA arrangement, which allows for 100% foreign direct investment to set up commercial presence in Oman, and likewise Oman to set up in India. Investment and supply chain integration, which is very important. So the free zones in Oman, which were earlier, and are still offering tax incentives to Indian diaspora, Indian companies looking to set up in Oman. Oman is at the moment very actively looking at introducing qualified refundable tax credits, what we call as the QRTCs, and the QTIs, which is the qualified tax incentives under the overall investment attraction exercise. And naturally, the Indian companies which are going to have access to CEPA and look to set up in Oman, and if they are part of the multinational enterprise definition as set out by the minimum taxation initiative in Oman, they will stand to benefit from those incentives which are going to get introduced. So that's about it from my end, given the paucity of time, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Altush. Really appreciate to send that presentation to us because we have not received it yet, I understand, and useful.
Sure.
Because the really good data and whatever highlights which you introduce will be reaching to the larger people then. Thank you very much, Altush.
Sure. Thank you.
CE Nirmal Jiwala, Managing Partner and CEO, Nexam Oman.
Jiwala.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Your
Namaskar.
Excellency, to Your Excellencies of Oman and all the viewers. I have a short presentation. Yes, can you all see it?
Yes, we do see. Thank you.
Yeah, so we are very excited. I basically represent the chartered accountants community in Oman, and I've taken the inputs also from the committee members. And we are very excited with the successful signing of this trade agreement, which is not just a trade agreement; it's like an economic bridge between two great economies, two great nations, which are led by great leaders. So the role of chartered accountants in Oman, this is for the people in India, that we have a large community of thousands of chartered accountants in Oman with registered over 400 members, which we can definitely help in implementation of the CEPA. Chartered accountants hold all the key positions of, in the board seats, the CFOs, CEOs, the IT, in the IT sector as well, and in the operations, procurement heads, everywhere you will see the Indian chartered accountants. And we also, give back to the community. We develop the local finance talent. We have Omani CFO program. This is a joint initiative of the Muscat chapter of ICI and the Oman Chamber of Commerce. So how we can help, in the implementation of CEPA? Definitely, the clients, the investors coming from India will need advisory on, how they can structure the entities in Oman, the tax planning, compliances, transfer pricing. They will need support and due diligence and feasibilities, whether it's economically viable to actually go for a free zone, or maybe, they want to do it as a local sale, and maybe mainland, might be beneficial. And we have the new, economic zone, the international financial, the city, so which is coming in the Madinat Al Irfan. So we will look at that option too in advising, the investors. And yeah, we look forward for the executive regulations to come out. And definitely we can set up the companies, so chartered accountants will play a very big role in implementing this. We all know about the benefits of Oman. So for the Indian investors, it's a beautiful country. The culture is very similar to India. So please come and invest in Oman. It's a very growing economy, very clear vision of growth from the top. We have, and the best part is it has one of the lowest tax rates in the world. We all know, we've discussed what is CEPA, and just want to highlight Mr. Modi's Prime Minister Mr. Modi had said that CEPA is a blueprint of our shared future. The strategic importance of Oman, we discussed the key features, mainly focused on the reduction of tariffs and easy access to markets. So for Oman, for the people from Oman, I would say, India is, the sixth largest economy in the world, and you get access to $4.15 trillion economy. So you will have like a kind of a unlimited market. so to access. So please explore the CEPA and invest, in Oman. Definitely, it is aligned, with the Vision 2040 of Oman, where Oman is just don't want to focus on oil, but to focus on the non-oil, sector as well. And for the Indians, definitely you will have an enhanced market beyond India. And Oman is one of the closest countries with a direct access, a direct, connected connection with the sea. So definitely a big opportunity for investors in India. Challenges, what we see is, like tax complexities. So basically, there will be a personal income tax coming in Oman, and I have started talking to some investors who are interested to invest in Oman. And then when I talked about, the introduction of personal income tax, which will be from 1st of Jan 2028. So that was kind of, there was showing some resistance. And one of the key points to note, Your Excellency, is if a person is a tax resident of India, because when the investors will come to Oman, they will also have their key people coming in. Of course, we will have an Omanization, and but there will be Indian employees also coming and staying in Oman. They will become tax residents. What will happen is their global income will be taxed. Of course, there is a double taxation avoidance treaty, which will not be doubly taxed. But the incomes which are exempt in India, for example, if a person sells one investment property in India and the proceeds are invested in another investment property, then they don't pay any capital gains tax in India. But what will happen? This gain on the sale of the first property is not exempt in Oman, and technically it is a gain in Oman, so that will be taxed in Oman. So uh, being consultants, we always make it clear, that those kind of tax implications will be there, and then the investors evaluate the pros and cons, and then they are still interested, to invest in Oman. But I think the tax ministry should liaise and give some benefits to the Indians, to have those exemptions continued when they are preparing the executive regulations for the personal income tax, which are, I think, expected to be I think drafted and approved somewhere in 2026 itself. I think way forward, I think already we are on track. These sessions and all are part of the strategy, so definitely everything is going on track. So yeah, the conclusion is it's a win-win for both the economies. And as chartered accountants, we are more than happy to support both the sides, because we know both the economies well. So yeah, that's a short presentation from my side.
Nirmal, go to the
Yeah.
penultimate slide.
Sorry?
One before. Go back on your slide. One more. Okay, stay here. No. Move forward. Opportunities for India. The third point, expansion of Indian businesses in Oman. How do you support
So
that?
they can expand their businesses.
No,
Yeah. So
how does
suppose
the
we have a
CA
green steel.
communicate?
Yeah. Sorry.
How is the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in Oman support this expansion of Indian businesses in Oman activity? I'm talking
No,
of this
this is for the
promotion.
CEPA.
Once somebody has made up his
Yeah.
mind to invest, etc., you support. That is your tax and in advisory services. But I'm talking of something which
Yes.
is yet to begin. How do you help in the expansion? Do you at all?
Yeah. So basically, they will need funding from the Omani banks, right? They may
No,
need
again,
connections,
somebody's made up his mind to invest. When you coming up is understood. I'm talking of the
No,
situation
before.
when before exactly. So
Yeah.
at that
So
stage,
we
do you?
evaluate, we do a feasibility. Sorry, sir?
No, again, somebody is interested. So already that deal is done for you by them. I'm talking even before that. We're talking of a situation of adding to the existing. How do you do that? By drawing their attention to the opportunities in Oman, and vice versa, of Omanis into India. Because you are providing your services in Oman, I presume that you'll be talking more about the Omani climate to the advantage of the Indian
Yes.
businessmen. How do you
Yes.
support this expansion or increase or new businesses You don't.
So
As of now.
basically, before it, I mean, we of course are not on the promotion side of the agreement, because both, I think, the embassy itself is also promoting the CEPA. This presentation is basically the importance of
Which is not
CEPA
necessarily
for
very
India. Yeah.
okay. When embassies promotion is of this nature, what you hear, we bring everybody, they speak. But you, because are actually advising companies in Oman, you have a very good idea of what kind of activity is happening, what is there, which is untapped. So that untapped is the attention that
Yes.
you can draw, the attention of the Indian team too. But apparently, I think that's not happening as of now. But give it a thought as a discussion point within your CA community here, whether that kind of
Yes.
additionality can be added. The advantage of
Yeah, that's a great
you
point.
is like banks,
Hmm.
no? Banks and you are the people who deal with the people day in, day out. They are the people with the money who are
Yes.
making money. They don't know what to do with that money. So that is one to guide them
Yeah.
there. Is there a channel of doing that thing? Are you allowed to do that? If you're allowed to do that, by all means do that and try to see whether you can organize something of this nature. And your
Yeah.
inputs will be much more sharper than mine. Mine are more bookish and listening to the people who don't really invest in businesses or read from the media, which everybody
You're
else
being
reads.
humble.
No, not
Yeah.
necessarily. I'm being truthful. Whereas in contrast, CA will be the one directly dealing with the community. So let's try to see whether we can
Yeah.
get the maximum from our
Yeah.
understanding in a cumulative manner.
Yeah, one idea which comes to my mind as we speak, and once you gave this idea, is we have a world accountants forum, which is an international event. So I can ask the managing committee to have a presentation on CEPA in the world forum. That's a global forum, the global conference for all the accounting professionals across the globe. So definitely, the
Promotion
Indian
of CEPA is one, Nirmal. That we are doing,
yeah.
and even if we do not do it, there are papers people will read. The idea is that
Hmm.
opportunities in Oman, which are untapped, which can be brought to the attention, that's much more different than CEPA promotion. CEPA, we know, the paper is there, taxation, waiver, structure, all that thing will be available. And the idea is the company level, micro level kind of untapped potential. That is what the Indian community will be wanting to know of. What exactly can one do? I get to know only after they have made up their mind from some other channels, whether they want to mine a particular product or other. They have already done that. But whether we can facilitate that further by talking about the tangible, realistic, viable, reasonably viable, because thereafter, of course, experts like you and the consultants will come to advise them on the exact due diligence and the DPR, etc. That stage is also beyond the embassy. I'm talking a pre-DPR stage, but certainly post media and the generalist conversation stage. In between there's a gap. Okay, let's see. Thank you very much. I really
Sure.
appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Miss Abha S, partner KPMG Oman.
KPMG Oman.
Thank you, His Excellency. I'll just put up my slides. Good afternoon, everyone. Masal Khair. I hope everyone's well. Now, I know a lot of has already been said, so I'll try and approach my presentation slightly differently. We've already spoken about, are you able to see my screen?
Yes. Full screen.
Are you able to see my screen? Sorry.
I confirmed. I asked you to make it full screen.
My apologies. So, we've already seen the significance of the trade partnership between Oman and India. And in that, we've seen in FY 24-25 itself, the value of trade was about 11 billion. But even with that, outside of the GCC, India is only amongst the top three trade partners for Oman. It's not the biggest. Some of the other contenders are Asian countries, but the advantage that CEPA gives India and Oman is none of the other Asian countries that we trade with have a free trade agreement or something similar to CEPA. So it gives us the opportunity. I don't just see this as a free trade agreement. I see this as a growth platform for both countries. And why do I say that? Looking at the comprehensive coverage, if I were to approach this from an investor's point of view, as someone who works with businesses in Oman, as well as people who are looking at entering into Oman, what do we see as three key challenges from a trade and facilitation point of view? One is the tariff barriers or the cost of customs duty. And if we look at how CEPA addresses that, now the elimination of customs duty is something we've already spoken about. And CEPA allows for elimination immediately, over 5 years and over 10 years. And in that, when we look at the benefits which are extended by Oman to India, that's approximately over 95% of tariff lines have been made duty free. And that covers approximately 90% of the exports to India. And when we look at the benefits which have been extended by India to Oman, in terms of tariff lines, that covers over 75% and approximately 90% or just over of imports from India. Now, that's something which has been well talked about. What we haven't spoken about on this call is the MFN protection, which is basically the most favorable nation protection. Someone who's looking at taking advantage of the CEPA also has certain rollback provisions. But the MFN protection allows you to select which is the most beneficial provision for you. Is it the CEPA or is it the standard rate? And that is why it allows you an insurance or a flexibility. Once you've made a choice, you don't have to stick to it. As a business, you have the flexibility of choosing whatever is best for you. And while we are extending this, it's not just something that focuses on large enterprises. There's a sectoral focus and there is a focus on small, micro, and medium enterprises as well. And within that, looking at how entrepreneurial the Indian market is, the support that it offers to startups or youth-owned enterprises and women-owned enterprises is something which is commendable and something that you don't see in other free trade agreements that Oman has entered into, or for that matter, even the GCC generally. Now, while we are extending all these benefits on the goods side, the service sector is also benefiting, and in that, it's more than 120 subsectors which are likely to benefit from the opening of market access as well as the national treatment that we are extending under the CEPA. And the other thing that we haven't touched upon in great detail on this webinar is the permanent bilateral safeguards. Both countries are keen on having businesses with each other, expanding the bilateral trade. But at the same time, the CEPA also has sufficient safeguards to ensure that whatever tariff eliminations we are doing, whatever incentives we are offering, we are not doing that at the cost of our domestic business. And therefore, there's rollover or rollback provisions, which means that tomorrow, if certain provisions of the CEPA seriously disadvantage our local industries, we can temporarily pause those benefits. So, in that sense, the tariff issues that businesses face are comprehensively addressed. The second issues that we've seen businesses face is the rules of origin, which are quite stringent generally. But if we look at the CEPA allows businesses two methods of calculating the percentage value addition, and in that addressing the issue with stringent rules of origin, also allowing for a 10% de minimis rule, which means that there is a certain tolerance that the CEPA recognizes in allowing certain goods incorporated in the final products, even if they are of non-originating nature, for them to be considered as originating goods. And the bilateral culmination, which means that if a business in India produces goods using raw material which was produced in Oman, then it's considered as good as an originating good, which is also again helping businesses comply and exceed the value addition criteria and therefore overcome the issues with the rules of origin. And the third, I would say, is generally the ease of doing business. And in that, if we see the trade facilitation measures which have been put forth by CEPA will greatly be appreciated by businesses, whether it's the single window, whether it's pre-arrival processing, the advanced rulings which will allow businesses the opportunity of obtaining certainty, whether it's on classification matters, whether it's on valuation matters, which means a great deal for a business that is looking to enter into Oman or an existing business in Oman, which is then looking at expanding its footprints. And underpinning all of this is the transparency that CEPA offers, which given how customs is more a process driven or a jurisdiction or a practice driven practice, I think the transparency is something that businesses will certainly appreciate. Why CEPA? If you compare the CEPA with the CEPA that India already has with other GCC country, and also compare it with the free trade agreements that Oman has with other countries. And in that, we've got the GAFTA, we've got the EFTA, we've got the GCC trade agreement, we've got the trade agreement with the US. In comparison, when we look at the CEPA offers a lot more depth. It allows permanent bilateral safeguards to protect domestic industries. It gives a lot of focus on sectors as well as SMEs. And in that, there's extensive sectoral cooperation. And to what one of the speakers mentioned earlier, the dispute settlement mechanism is quite comprehensive. And in that, a dedicated and binding dispute system gives businesses a little more certainty and reassurance in going forward with decisions of either entering Oman or for the businesses that already exist in Oman to expand within Oman. With that, I will close my presentation. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity.
Thank you, Abha. If it is not top secret, can you share your presentation with us so that we circulate among everybody? If it is not, fair enough, I
Absolutely.
understand. Similarly to others who may have some presentation but not shared, please do that. Thank you, Abha. Very powerful presentation. Really appreciate KPFG. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency.
Yeah. So Sandeep Malhotra, General Manager, BEC.
Sandeep.
Thank you, Sonia ma'am. Good afternoon, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. Just allow me a couple of seconds to share my presentation.
While you bring up your presentation, can you also speak? Because I see some issue with your voice. Let's see whether it is audible to everyone. I mean, with quality. You're audible indeed. Sandeep?
Are you able to hear me, Your Excellency, now?
I can, but it's slightly echoey for some reason, no there?
Okay, let me try.
No.
I'll be a little louder.
हाँ लाउडर का मतलब नहीं इको ही है वहां पर चलिए अब अपना presentation में आइए
Is the presentation visible now?
Yes. Go ahead. Take 1
Thank
minute.
you, Your Excellency.
Yeah, namaskar. Go ahead.
With this India and Oman CEPA coming into reality, thanks to the visionary leadership of both the countries, it's not about only trade now, it is about translating policy into projects. And that is where companies like BEC come in. People in Oman mostly know about BEC for the benefit of people who have joined us from India. BEC Group is a leading diversified conglomerate in Oman with strong capabilities in HVAC, electrical, power, infrastructure systems. Under the CEPA, we see a strong opportunity to act as a bridge between Indian manufacturers and Omani projects execution. We can offer market access, execution capability, life cycle support. We have a very strong facilities management division. We are particularly interested in partnerships in HVAC, data centers, as well as energy efficient technologies, and exploring localized manufacturing opportunities. We are looking forward to collaborating with Indian industry to convert CEPA into real project outcomes. The core capabilities, our strength lies in integrating complex systems across various industries, particularly in mission critical projects. Some of the pictures that you see, every Indian businessman, government official who lands into Oman at Muscat Airport or Salalah Airport, they've both been, the Muscat Airport was completely built by BEC on a complete turnkey design and build basis. So we have the capabilities to do mission critical kind of projects across various sectors. We combine global technology partnerships with local execution strength. Some of the names that you're seeing are global leaders in their respective fields. And we have already got partnerships with a lot of Indian companies, including Brayer, Foamtech, Ashapura, Hindustan, and Solenis Diversity. talking about CEPA, the opportunities that it presents to us, basically it creates an excellent platform to move beyond just trade into deeper industrial and project level collaboration, enabling the industrial growth and sustainable infrastructure aligned with both the countries' vision going forward, Oman Vision 2040 and Viksit Bharat 2047, the Abhiyan which is going on. Now, what does BEC bring on the table? We bring local market access, integration of systems, execution capabilities, in-country value, and life cycle support, as I mentioned earlier. What differentiates BEC is not just individual capabilities, but how these capabilities come together from all these 5 areas that we have mentioned, all by driving the localization and in-country value. We are a 100% Omani company. We have a few questions about how to effectively collaborate and what will enable the implementation of CEPA. Basically, quite a lot of it has been clarified during the session today, but if we can get more clarity on how the policies under CEPA will benefit industries and engineering construction companies like BEC in Oman, what will be the kind of support for localized manufacturing if somebody from India wants to have a collaboration with companies like BEC to have a localized manufacturing facilities? Will there be any tax benefits, any incentives in terms of any financing or export credit? If those kind of industries were to, for example, manufacture some goods in Oman and export to maybe Africa or other GCC countries, are there any benefits for those kind of localized manufacturing? Another area that we need to discuss about is the streamlined approval processes. Both countries have their own procedures and processes for approval. Primarily, I'm talking about the engineering goods. For example, Oman has a DGSM, India has their own standards. So is there any discussion about streamlining these approval processes where both countries will be talking on the same platform? And the last question that we had was about the implementation timelines. I believe we are talking about June, July this year, which is only about a month away, and I sincerely hope that happens the way it is supposed to happen. On that note, I rest my case. I'll just move to the next slide, basically to say thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to us, and all the best wishes to India for Viksit Bharat Abhiyan and to Oman for Oman Vision 2040. Thank you, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you very much. Now, let me see whether Srilata, Ghosh,
Yeah.
if you are ready with your better microphone, we'll give you the floor from EPC. Are you there? Okay. In that case, now we begin the presentation from the Indian companies. I would request everyone to stick to only 1 minute schedule and make the most of this time trying to connect with Oman.
Mr. Gaurav Solanki, Business Head, Cloud BM Info Trade.
Gautam Solanki.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gaurav
Gaurav Solanki. नीचे तो है, but he's not responding.
Yes, hello. Yeah, thank
Gaurav,
you.
go ahead.
Thank you for allowing me. Thank you, His Excellency. Please confirm if my screen is visible.
Designing solutions for a better tomorrow. Yes.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. So I'm representing BM Info Trade, being in the capacity of BU lead for cloud. And quickly, I'll come to the presentation. Like, we are in the market since 1996. We are ISO certified. We have more than 30 years of experience to provide our services to our customers. Our USP is commitment equals delivery, and we have 4 business units. So the one is cloud technology, data AI, cybersecurity, and digitalization. Next is our mission and the vision that we want to be a preferred go-to partner for our customers and partners in Oman, as well as we believe that each and every partner can be our ambassador for our customers. So we want to maintain the long-term relationship. He is Dr. Mukul Gupta, our innovator, a boss who direct us for innovating the things and that create values for organizations. As I said, we are partnered with more than 40 OEMs. These are the major OEMs listed over here. And this is a quick overview of the organizational chart. To begin with, we have two LOBs, technology and volume. In the technology, we have IT infrastructure that is again defined as cloud and data center. And in the data and AI, cybersecurity and digitalization. Talking about volume, then we have server storage, firewall, that is the other part of it, that is the hardware which we provide in India. We've also set up the center of excellence in India. That means we do not just provide the POC, that is a proof of concept, but we also have these technologies, more than 18 technologies implemented at our site, be it SIMS or solutions from cybersecurity point of view, or is it the Entra ID or the Azure Active Directory. We have it implemented. We have the solutions that enable people to bring your own laptop or the licenses, I'm sorry, devices to the workplace, and then they can be taken care by using the policies. Similarly, these are further technologies which we have implemented, like implementing the firewall, implementing the analytics using the Power BI. We also have backup done of all the devices or the computers which are there in the offices. And we do the low code, no code implementation. These are the list of the customers which we have for managed services. I mean, that is 24/7. Like we have private listed company ASK Automotive, Sage Metals, TPR Auto Parts, FCC Clutch. These are the few names which we have listed here. And now coming to the framework which we follow. So we launch and we care. So coming to the launch part, where one-time deployment is involved, and these are the niche technologies where we work, like securing the infrastructure buildup. That includes DevOps, infrastructure, and pipelining. We have the expertise in email migration and solutions, and as well as in MDM and DLP. And coming to the care part, where we take care of the infrastructure of the existing company organization, be it on cloud or be it on premises. We can optimize it, and we can also provide the firewall facilities. Can you please let them know to speak a little slower? Thank you. So as I just mentioned, these are the infrastructure point. Coming to the cybersecurity, sorry, data and AI, where we have it divided into data engineering and data analysts part. Engineering is where we collect and prepare the reliable data, and analysis is where we do the insights, trends, and dashboarding for customers, and combined together we do the implementation and monitoring of it 8 into 5. This is very useful for those companies who want to come up with the data and they want to do the analytics on top of it. So this is the brief of it, that we also again do the implementation and care. So implementation comes one time, monitoring comes 8 into 5, that is again recurring. See, coming to the implementation part, we do the data laking, data warehousing, data marting. We prepare the data lake, and where this data can come up from various sources, multiple sources, and collecting from multiple sources, we create the data analytics on top of it. And monitoring, as I said, it's recurring. That means the data which you have created, we monitor those pipelines, we create those pipelines depending on the customized requirement, and those pipelines not only give the insights, but they also generate the ability for the decision makers to not only to do the stocking of of their products, but also to provide the services to their customers. Similarly, for data analytics, Power BI, making use of the Power BI to do the dashboarding. We create those KPIs. Make use of those KPIs to create those multiple matrices to create those dashboards. It's very important thing. This is a requirement of today's technology, today's organizational requirement. That is a cybersecurity framework where each and every organization needs to build, protect, and simplify what they actually have. So when it comes to cybersecurity, we not only provide the software solutions or the hardware solution, we also deal in 24/7 SOC operations. We also deal in VAPT, that is assessment and testing of it. We do the licensing. We do the partnership with multiple OEMs. So we provide in-house a single place where you can find the multiple solutions. And when it comes to the partnership with Oman and companies, we can provide this. You can leverage these all facilities which I just mentioned to make the mix out of it. And this is a glimpse of all the other customers which we have in India. And now we are trying to expand our relationship with Omanian companies, and not to mention that we are also GSS partner, where we have signed up the contract with the companies. I'm sorry, not the company, but the vendor with the JSS mm, partnership. Yeah, this is all from my side. Any question?
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank
Gaurav.
you.
Yeah. Mr. Dipendu Biswas, Director, Tarisa Technology, Bangalore.
Tarisa.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Ambassador Srinivas.
Again, request. Sorry, if we can keep to 1 minute, we'll be able to finish early. So just try to stick as close as possible to 1 minute. If not one, maximum 2. Okay, go ahead.
Sure, sir.
Dipendu, I think I did have a conversation with you long ago when I was in the
Yes.
LAC division, when you had presented for that portal, Partner India, if you remember.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead.
Yes, sir. Congratulations on your new appointment. Glad to see you again.
Yeah, but too old, not so old, but be as it may. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm from Teresa Technologies. It's a software as a service for financial institutions to determine the creditworthiness of small and medium businesses. So we have done many demonstrations to financial institutions like Bank of Baroda, which happens to have a good relationship with Bank Dhofar, and we are also exploring opportunities with Bank Dhofar to provide our advanced technology. So we have been recognized by various other jurisdictions like the Swiss government, the Commonwealth government, Commercial Bank in Sri Lanka, and Reserve Bank of India, which is the central bank in India. We are solving a problem which small and medium businesses face, whether be it's in India or be it in the Gulf. Particularly those who do not have history with the credit bureaus, it becomes difficult for the bank to underwrite them, and hence they have to resort to other unregulated financiers, and they charge high rate of interest. Our value proposition is to use various data sources. The digital public infrastructure in India has been very popular at a mass scale, and we have demonstrated account aggregator framework, which is also a digital public infrastructure usage along with Bank of Baroda to Bank of Baroda, and also our digital public infrastructure is being demonstrated in various places, and we are going to leverage that for our new relationships in Oman when we get to it. We use alternate data sources which are related to SMEs, but they may not be otherwise available. And we use that to analyze using our artificial intelligence neural networks that give a high rate of accuracy on determining the probability of default by SME, and the bank can charge appropriate rate of interest rather than lose the business. So our primary target users are financial advisors and underwriters, so they can interact with our platform rather than look at hundreds of business intelligence reports. And in case there's an outlier condition identified by our AI, it would pull up charts and graphs to the knowledge of the underwriter, who can then decide whether to dig deeper or ignore. So we have done some demonstrations in Dubai, and we would like to explore further interfaces in Oman as well. And we have done some. So we have done some prototyping for HSBC, Saudi World Bank as well as other banks. And some of the users I was talking about were underwriters and analysts. And essentially, it's a loan origination and management platform as well. But the key is determining the creditworthiness of small and medium businesses. So we met some of the Omani entrepreneurs in Dubai last year, and it was very enlightening. And we look forward to meet them if we happen to set up a business in Oman. And it would be a great shot in the arm for both the entrepreneurs from India and Oman, and also under the aegis of CEPA. So these are some recognitions from our central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, and some of the recognitions from Bank of Baroda. I'm one of the directors with experience in digital transformations for various banks. And we have been recognized with an award by Export Council for a promising startup. Looking forward to do more business and especially with Oman with our capabilities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jitendra. Thank you.
Mr. Jishnu J from Align Minds Technologies.
Vishnu,
Good morning.
Align Mind.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'll share my slide now.
Hi, sure. Go ahead. Vishnu, meanwhile, can you speak? Request your audio also.
Yeah,
Please
sure.
speaking.
Hi, I'm Jishnu. I represent Align Minds Technologies.
Microphone
Can you
छोड़
share?
दीजिए. Drop the microphone down. Now speak.
Can you see my screen now? I have to share the entire screen because I'm not able to see the.
Okay. Microphone is echoey and patchy. See if you can correct it. Your presentation is up, but you have to set your microphone right because it is
Hear me
coming
now?
like. Continue. Say a couple of sentences.
Can you
No?
see my presentation?
Much better. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we
See,
can.
we are Align Minds. We are based in Cochin, Kerala, and we are here to talk about the digital trade corridor. One second. Okay. I'll introduce you to the slides and I'll make it
So
as quick
1
as
to 2
possible.
minutes maximum, Vishnu. Vishnu,
Sure,
take
sure,
1
sure.
to 2
I'll
minutes
try to
maximum.
finish. Sure, sure. Okay. We are looking at the CEPA opportunity we discussed and we all know. And we want to discuss more about this. The paperwork bottleneck. CEPA will do the relieve the trade barriers, but we will try to optimize the solutions. We can provide document support like the bill of lading, certificate of origin, commercial invoice, phytosanitary, all the letters of credit, all those documents which the companies will have to make for the trade relations. We can help them automate those processes. And we have the solution which is an AI powered digital trade corridor. Whichever document we have, like the documents which we mentioned, whatever documents which is coming to us, we can ingest it. That is our first step. We'll upload the documents into a portal, then it will be extracted and it will validate it, and it will be finally approved to the portals which we require. See, basically, if a customer is having the requirement to generate a CEO, their company can use our portal or our agentic AI system will help them extract the documents, validate the fields, you know, map it to all the compliances which the governments have, and then upload it to the portal. If it is from India, we have the Commerce Chamber of Commerce portals there, and we will use our system to upload the data directly to the portal and get the CEO downloaded, and we can use our agents to send the form CEO to maybe the shipping channels, and they could use it. See, basically, our platform is a solution to extract any type of documents which the companies are having, and they could use our solution to extract it, validate it across all the compliance and rules which the companies are following, and use the data to upload it to any portals or even to manual forms, and they could share that data to others. So this is our solution which we are trying to sell it here. I mean, offer it here. And we have helped some insurance companies here in India. Insurance, as we know, it's a highly compliance oriented industry, and we helped a major insurance broker here. They wanted to um, get extracted the documents from the customers like RC copies, KYC documents, policy papers. All those documents will go into a system. Our agentic AI system will classify the documents, extract whatever data is needed for the next steps, and then check whether the compliances are matching with all the government regulations, the IRD regulations, and then scale it and move it to the. I mean, this solution has helped help them to reduce the man count. Without increasing the man count, they're able to scale the business. See, what we are trying to propose is this solution is not just a template; it can be mapped to any industry. For example, if it is in the logistics sector, bill of lading, CO, invoices, LOC, certificates, all those things are having different format and different structures. We will be able to map it similar in a similar manner. We'll be able to extract it and use our assured document diligence. Our agentic AI workflow will be able to automate the flows, and we'll be able to use at least 80 to 90% automation. We'll be definitely able to match the compliance which Omani or the Indian governments require, just like the IRDA. We'll be able to match all the compliance requirements for the, even if it is about CEPA, our system will be able to check whether the CEPA rules are violated or not. We have proven the solution with some case study, I mean, some customers. One for the insurance broker, which I just mentioned, and another one is for the US. In the US, this customer had to do some extraction of financial data from IRS Form 990s, and they had different formats, and the data was also huge. So our system will help them to extract the data in a particular format and help them to make comparisons with the other similar organizations. We wish to align with the Oman vision for 2040 because we can help with the smart government and digital trade initiatives. We can help them automate these things, enable business digitization. The Sesame companies which we could partner with, we could handle their work and automate it and get results without having the dedicated compliance teams with them. We have built solutions using agentic AI and advanced technology to already develop customers.
Vishnu, if you can conclude, will be helpful because it's already way past your 2 minute slot.
Yeah, sure. Okay, this was what we are trying to offer. We have an agentic AI solution which we can offer to all customers who have documentations to be processed. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishnu. Thank you very much.
Mr. Damodar Katti, Director, Viksit Global Management.
Damodar.
Hi, this is Deepak this side. I will share the presentation right.
So we are online. Myself and my colleague Deepak, who is also a director of the company, will be doing the presentation, Your Excellency. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll hand it over to Deepak to do the presentation, and then we can take up the questions.
Sure. Thank you, Damodarji. Thank you. Good afternoon, His Excellency and the viewers of the platform on the call. It's a privilege to present Viksit Global Partners Platform, GLPP, a digital platform created to strengthen the India-Oman business corridor. The initiative has been built to solve a very peculiar problem which we all understood, which is trade opportunity exists at various forums, various with the government, with the private sectors, but they are actually fragmented. And then that's where the issue starts, where they get actually lost in transit or they don't reach the right recipient. And this impacts be it a growing business or an MSME who actually want to explore either doing business in India or in Oman. This is where that it impacts a lot. So what we are doing is GLPP is our attempt to bring this fragmented part into a structured, verified compliance AI-enabled bilateral platform with a focus to bring the real business outcome. The platform currently is in the beta stage and it's available at vixitglobal.com. It's actually you can log in and you can access this platform. This is the right time why we think because this is where the India and Oman is entering into a strong phase of economic partnership with CEPA being signed, getting signed or it's signed, and the Oman 2020 vision and India Viksit Bharat coming into picture. So the opportunity is clearly there, but the important question which always comes is how we can help Indian businesses and the Omani businesses first to find each other faster, verify each other better, so that the adequate due diligence is done, so that end up with the right partner, and also convert the opportunity into a real transaction. So this actually platform act as a operating platform which complements what Invest Oman is trying to do in Oman, or what India Invest Oman and other associations are trying to bring in. India has a lot of MSMEs. There are 64 million MSMEs, but if you see, hardly some or very few of them are actually into export market, and that's where the actual problem comes in. The capability capability is there, but the unavailability of the platform is where the challenge comes in. So while we see that the lead are fragmented across various channels, the four key areas of gap, neutral platform is something which is not available, and wherever it is available, it's either at high brokerage charges and everything are actually being provided onto the user. The Oman also businesses also are looking for Indian partner, and we there are close to 6,000 JVs and which have already been entered, but there are still an opportunity which actually lies in. And one of the important area which we have seen is while the bilateral opportunities have been unrealized because the free trade agreement are actually not utilized to this fullest, and that's where the problem actually comes in. So the solution is not just making a trade show or a buy or a we can have a directory or something, but a verified business platform which helps both the counterparties to come together and actually enter into a verified transaction. So Vixit Globally Partner Platform. So what we're doing is the idea is simple. We are bringing verified companies. We are bringing we validate opportunities, business intelligence, and structure environment all in one platform. So there are 6 pillars which you see. First is it starts with the verification where you do a KYC and KYB of a business who is actually want to be a member of the platform. Once the member is onto the platform, there is a AI matching tool which links to its sector of interest, the business of interest, the size, and identifies the right opportunity which is there. There are leads which are available on the platform, which are either invest in India or invest in Oman, or somebody who is looking as a simplest of a partnership or a franchisee in Oman, or vice versa in India. Those are the leads which are actually validated. We want to make it as a multi-corridor door access, starting with Oman and then moving to different GCC countries and African and the other South Asian countries. One important area which we have also built on is the knowledge hub, where there would be updates around the tariff, the CEPA, the white papers which have been published by Vixit multinational corporations, and the other knowledge hubs which can be useful for doing business in India as well as in Oman, right from starting a business company in India and vice versa in the Oman. We also make sure that the platform has make sure the data privacy is considered and taken into account. So GLPP is not just a listing platform; it's a trusted digital trade facilitation platform, which is what we want to make it. GLPP has around 6 broader modules which are there. The member portal, which is very specific to member. Secretarial portal. This is a portal which is for the embassies or the association who actually want to tie up and bring their members into it. They get a dedicated portal around the transactions. Lead and opportunity management I spoke about. Knowledge hub. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we understood. We got the drift. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. And let
Sir,
me
just
tell. No, समझ गए यार. आपने 5 मिनट में समझा दिया हमको. Don't worry. Because
okay.
the main point of Vixit Global's product is what I was mentioning earlier, which is that once the two partners already discover each other, there is all sorts of support from the consultants, from the CA community, etc. But can something be done even before that? This is the baton which Vixit Consulting took because they were aspiring to be one of the premier consulting firms, globally speaking. So, as their USP, they want to connect businesses and minimize the lost leads. And as they said already, some 75,000 to 150,000 crore worth of
Yes.
business is lost for want of proper connection. So this is the USP of Fixit Consulting. We have begun this exercise very well. And if it functions and goes beyond the beta testing, people own it up, they find merit. Not only do they come to connect, eventually to also take services from your member companies or associated members all across the globe. So the concept, what began around a year ago or maybe 6 months ago, has been implemented. So congratulations on that count. Now the next challenge obviously will be for them to show promise that it does really lead to results rather than remaining like one of the multiple platforms which are all there everywhere. And so that will be the main thing. You want to add something from your side, Katti?
Sure.
1 minute
I
maximum
mean, thank
to
you.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Your Excellency. I mean, we were trying to collect all the inputs as my colleague Deepak explained, and then taking your guidance in terms of integrating between the Invest Oman and India Invest, so that there is a smoother bridge which actually crosses between the two countries, and then the benefits are basically harnessed. So that's the whole intent, what we want to bring in. So the next level of this is how do we actually get into the global four, what we actually discussed earlier with your good selves. That's the next step which we will be promoting as we go along. But this is the first initiative which we have taken, and there are a lot of members who are registering, wherein the gap between the two countries are actually bridged in an appropriate way. So thank you so much, Your Excellency, on this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, both Damodar and also Deepak. Thank you very much for presenting this project. Wish you good luck. Let's go to the next one.
C. Ashwini Savrekar, Artha Bharat Investment Managers.
Ashwini?
Ji, sir. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Sonia ji and the team.
1 minute, Ashwini. Help me out. Sticking to 1 minute. Go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Was I audible to you?
Partially.
No, I was saying that limit to 1 minute,
Oh,
maximum
yes,
2.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Ashwini. You are audible. Go ahead.
Right. So I have a short presentation and I will keep it to 1 minute. And I want to concentrate on the specific point that I want to make here. I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes.
Right. So CEPA and Gift City. What's happening is CEPA has opened up a lot of opportunities. What I want to focus on specifically is the Gift City part and how this is an investment gateway for investors in Oman and how CEPA is promoting that. So this is something I would just skip. The presentation is already available and that can be shared. The key point here is that Gift City is the gateway. It's a first international financial services center which has been created in India, and that is giving an opportunity for investors in Oman, NRIs as well as Omani investors and Omani companies to come under a single regulator, US denominated investments. The treaty access is always there, plus tax efficient investments to be made. So that's the USP of the Gift City investments. This is a slide I wanted to dwell on, that CEPA, the bilateral rule-based access which it gives, it's predictable, treaty protected and reciprocal. Both the governments, they are wanting to promote this, so that is where it is giving the benefit for people who want to take the see, India is the 5th largest economy today, soon to be 3rd, and that's where the investors in Oman can take benefit of investing through the Gift City. There are FMEs, AIFs, PMS, fund management entities, alternate investment funds, portfolio management services which are available, which are purpose built for cross-border capital, and that is where the investors need to take benefit. There are 2 investor pathways into Gift City. So for Indians working in Oman who are NRIs, they can use this route, invest directly in USD, FCNR, NRO, NRE friendly structures. They can access the India equities, debt, private markets without the tedious friction. The funds will be repatriable, tax efficient, and yet it is fully regulated by the IFSCA, which is a regulator, and influence. So another thing is that while NRIs in Oman, they are in the influential position within their companies, they can help their employers to place their treasury, make their treasury decisions, strategic investments in India. And for Omani investors, Omani enterprises, sovereign wealth funds, banks, HNIs, this can be a single window onboarding via Gift City. No NRI account, no INR account required. US denominated, as I mentioned, whether it's a reporting, whether it's a redemption. It gives them the access to alternate investment funds. There are 3 categories, category 1, 2, 3, portfolio management plus bespoke managed accounts, and treaty benefits as well as IFSCA globally aligned compliance regime. Artha Bharat Investment Managers, we operate in GIFT City. We are a fund management entity licensed by the IFSCA. We have professionally qualified professionals with us. We have multi-cycle, multi-asset investment experience and anchoring this firm. There are three different lines which one can use. So we have our own funds, which is where the investors can invest their funds. We have a PMS service. So anybody who doesn't want to come in one of the existing funds can use the portfolio management services. And then an interesting part is a third-party fund management platform. So even investment companies or banks in Oman, they can take benefit of this to invest in India through this route. They need not have a setup of their own in GIFT City, and yet they can launch their fund by using our platform place services, which is a third-party fund management, which is a very specific niche service recently started by IFSA. There is a separate license which is required for that. GIFT City native, multi-strategy and platform leverage. This is the benefit that we bring to the table. And thank you so much. The presentation is available and happy to answer any questions that might be there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much.
Mr. T.R. Keswan, Director, Tractor and Farms Equipment Limited.
Thank you. I'll make it very quick.
Yep.
I know yesterday I visited the embassy and today I caught the flight and came to Chennai. So I think that there are only two things we are trying to do. Very much in the initial stages. One is, we manufacture almost 210,000 tractors in India. We are the second largest tractor manufacturer in the world. And we have plans not only in India, we have plans in Turkey, we have plans in Serbia. We also have a plan get set up in Mexico, and we are looking at Brazil. We have four brands. Basically, it is Massey Ferguson, which is for the Indian subcontinent. Then we have TAFE, where we normally export with that. We have Eicher. We bought over Eicher about 15 years back. And we have an IMT, which we bought over in Serbia. What we are really trying to look at when I come to Oman, there are two areas I'm trying to look at. As I said, very initial stages. One is to see the possibility of looking at Oman as an area where we can do some assembly, semi-assembly, or even full assembly. I don't know, because we need to look at what are the component supplies, etc. But otherwise, looking at Oman as an outlet for GCC, as an outlet for maybe US, and as an outlet for the top of Africa, it can be a good proposal. That's something I'm keeping in mind. I think more than that, I think what you're really trying to do is we do a lot of work with the Indian farmers in 17 states along with the Ministry of Agriculture, where we actually physically handhold farmers and make him subsistence. And that's also especially looking at Indian farmers are one hectare or less than 1 hectare. That has become a very important area. In India, we do work it as a CSR, and we also provide farmer to farmer lending of equipments that runs exceptionally well. Last year, I think between the farmer to farmer, they have exchanged something close to 2,500 crores of Indian rupees. We are looking at, and that's the reason we talked to a few people in Oman, see whether we can actually do this in Oman, so that we know that there are very small farmers, very subsistent farmers are there, so we can help them out. And we are trying to find out how do we work this out with the support of Oman government, because we may not be able to carry it forward as a CSR from India because of the government regulations and restrictions. So let me stop here. I think I'll be making a detailed presentations on this, and I'll be definitely back in Muscat and Oman to discuss some of these things. And my first protocol will be the embassy as usual. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Miss Aparna Paul from Vixit Global.
Already they spoke, no? Aparna along with Deepak and maybe Damodar. Aparna, you have something to add further on top of what Deepak and Damodar did?
No, we were together only. It's just that I had applied in the system.
Nice to have Vixit at
on
full
Vixit.
strength. Thank you, Arpana.
Thank
So now the last is Mr. Ayaz Ahmed Patel, founder of Caprico Software Solution.
Ayaz, Caprico.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Your Excellency. Actually, Mr. Ayaz is not available, so I'm speaking on his behalf. I don't have a presentation to make actually. So we are representing Capriccio Software Solutions, and with a focus on enabling cross-border collaboration across. We have four aligned areas. Like the first one is education and skill development. So we do that in collaboration with London Academy. So we are delivering internationally. Pardon, sir? We are delivering internationally benchmark programs that is aimed at workforce readiness, executive education, and transnational learning. So we have a presence in US, UK, Dubai, and also in India. The second vertical is we're into software and digital infrastructure, building scalable platforms that can support enterprise systems, digital trade, and government-aligned transformation initiatives. And the third is healthcare digital solutions. So we develop platforms for healthcare data exchange, interoperability, and system integration to support modern healthcare ecosystems. Our third initiative is we are into exports of food items. Like we have established strong supplier collaborations, and we are looking to connect with prominent buyers and distribution partners in Oman. We are particularly into agro and food products like spices, millets, coffee, basically with the food processing industry. Development and talent mobility initiatives through SME digitization and export readiness programs, strengthening India-Oman agri and food trade corridors, digital platforms enabling trade, compliance, and sector-specific integrations, including healthcare. So, given the embassy's pivotal role in facilitating bilateral engagement, we would be grateful for the opportunity to seek Your Excellency's guidance and explore potential introductions into relevant stakeholders, including buyer networks and sectoral partners in Oman. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Fatima. That was the last presentation. As I conclude, let me request my team here, Minal and Umari, to see if there are any comments or observations on the Google Sheet. Parallelly, I think one should go by this chat box, which I will keep on reading, just slide through them from top down. ऊपर जाओ ना फिर. हाँ. Okay, come down. I think on chat box practically was more technical in nature, and in the Google form there's none. We're trying to find out. But meanwhile, let me say how thankful and grateful the embassy is for this active participation from both the Omani side and from the Indian side. The presentations made were very, very powerful and actually provided insights which even I was not aware. So all in all, I must say that these presentations will not only end here, but will be added to the entire information base of this India-Oman network. And with the power of RAG, that retrieval augmented generation, essentially an AI kind of tool, which digests, devours the information and projects information as relevant to a particular sector, agriculture, information technology, fintech, food processing, and other areas like tractor, which we heard here, will be further pulled out based on the existing information presented by the others. This is not like a general Google search, but this is based on the search of the presentations already made as part of the India-Oman network. So all in all, I must say a better comprehension, better ingestion, and in the process of empowering the entrepreneurial community, both from Team India and Team Oman, to connect with each other. With that, let me see whether all of you can come and unmute your video just for a क्या बोलते हैं उसको memory picture. If you can unmute yourself, that will be helpful. Yeah, excellent. So nice of you. One pick, I still see Vixit Global, Alpana, Jetsi yet to unmute their video. Yeah, I see Damodar Katti, very nice. I still do not see IBD Group, Sudhi, Kailas, Ashok Yadav. Yeah, I see now also. You had time, Pratik, to come back. So nice of you to listen in. And tell me what is happening to this 10th of June event, which you and then Monish Bahel and then the, I think, GM in Sohar branch were all planning for. Is it working out? 10th of June function? This is for the benefit of everyone that Oman was trying to see whether they can organize India-Oman. I think Investment Forum was the name which was given to them. Are you aware of Pratik? No.
No, sir, I am not aware yet. If you can
No,
share
this
the
is a
information, I
parallel.
would love to
This
be
Oman
part.
Chamber of Commerce and Industry led initiative. They were targeting 10th of June to be immediately after Bakrid or whatever, Tabaski. But not too late in the day. And in the expectation of the 1st of June entry into force of the CEPA. Let me see Renu Saini, Ashok Yadav, Said Al Riami, Sudhi, Jesse Matthew, Arpana, if you can unmute your video. Otherwise, we are going to now take a screenshot. So all smiles. 1 second. Bye bye smile. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.